According to a survey of 1,000 employers in 2018, an employer spends an average of 7.3 seconds per CV. If you don't grab their attention, you will just go into the rejected part. Remember, it is your responsibility to portray your skills to the best of your ability. But don't worry, we are here to craft your perfect CV. Before you jump into the details, let's start with the layout. Take these for example. The CV on the left looks too worded and boring to look at. Actually, I'm not even sure where to look. Whereas the CV on the right clearly highlights the experiences, education, skills, and so on. It is also much easier on the eyes. Let's create a template and we will continue editing it throughout the video. Things I want to add to my CV are personal details, work experience, education, skills, extracurricular activities. I aim to keep the CV to a one-page maximum, so I will dedicate 50% of this to my work experience, about 25% for my education, 15% for my extracurricular activities and skills, and finally the remaining 10% for my personal details. Now that we have the layout sorted, let's start with the experiences. Obvious points to include are position, company, duration, and tasks. Now, for the tasks, you can write essays, but employers do not want to read what you specifically did, but rather how you performed. So, from my personal experience during an internship, I was responsible for conducting a study on participants in a vehicle simulator. I was trying to understand how a person responds in an automated car. I made some modifications to the test and performed the study again. This was then comparable to my older study and I could quantify the results. This sounds complicated, but I can simply add it to the CV as improved response time by 30% by changing XYZ factors in the study. Note, the key point here being made is 30%. This is where the employers can see the final impact has been made. Now, I know some of you guys won't have this sort of experience, but try to identify examples from your time at university or high school. These could be in the form of group projects. Now that we have quantified them, remember to keep it short, use bullet points to specify the task. Now, let's move on to education. Include your highest ongoing or completed education. Include the location, date, and your final grade. If you want to highlight specific modules that you think are relevant for the role, then simply add them. It reflects positively and you can show that you have some sort of experience in this field. Now, for the personal details, add the basic information such as name, location, and date of birth. Adding a personal statement can also take you a long way. This statement can be personalized for each company and will really help you stand out. Say what makes you unique and why you should be hired for this role. Hopefully by now, your skills are already highlighted in the experience section, so now you can just simply list them. I like to add them under my personal section, but some people prefer to use graphs highlighting their proficiency. Just see what suits your taste. Personalize your CV to tailor to your needs. For the extracurricular activities, add things that you have done outside your curriculum, such as sports, volunteering, etc. Once again, tailor them similar to your experiences section. Remember to say what you achieved out of your volunteering experience. Now that we have a good-looking CV, it can become better. Once again, the employer will not spend a very long time on a particular CV. So we can solve this problem by tailoring your CV. Now, how can we do this? Some things can be altered. For example, some of your older experiences might be more relevant than the most recent one. So simply push the most relevant experience to the top of the list so you can grab their attention as soon as possible. In the personal section, you can also add another line highlighting why you want a job at this specific company. Some links can go a long way. Add some color to the CV and highlight sections. Make things in bold for keywords to pop out. Finally, if a CV is too boring, you can also build your own website. It can be way more personalized and also can show your work ethic. But this depends from field to field. For example, several graphic designers or programmers will have a GitHub or website to highlight their experiences. So a website might be more aligned to them compared to a mechanical engineering student. Well, we hope you liked this video. If you have any further tips on how to improve your CV, please put in the comments below.